Here are 9 things you must bury before winter so you'll have nutrient-rich soil in the spring. Number 1, contents from tea bags. I'm sure everybody drinks coffee or tea, and then after they're done, they throw away the bags or the coffee grounds. But those are excellent nutrients for your garden. We had a fig tree at our grandma's place, and she put the contents from the tea bags from the tea she drinks onto the fig plant, and the fig plant grew beautiful, healthy green leaves. I finished removing the contents from the tea bags. Sprinkle it all through the trench. Okay, I'm done emptying it. Let's move on to number 2. But first, this shirt. Let's get this shirt off before it gets dirty. Number 2, and the most abundant, is cardboard. You can get cardboard at any grocery store if you ask them, like Walmart. Walmart have tons of cardboard which you can use to bury in your garden. The worms love them, they shelter under them, and it will provide them food for over the winter. You can even get cardboard from toilet paper rolls when you're done using them. Whatever cardboard you're using, make sure to remove the tape because tape does not decompose for a very long time. Cardboard is excellent at providing aeration for the soil. This toilet paper roll has air in it, and we can just bury it right here. Put a little in the ditch here. This will provide excellent food for those worms. One important note is that cardboard needs water to break down, so water it a little each day with a watering can until winter comes. I'm going to dig a few more holes and put these toilet paper rolls, which will provide excellent aeration. Number 3, kitchen scraps. Everyone probably knows that worms love these kitchen scraps. I've got some carrot tops over here, some sweet potato, some apple, some squash peels, and some kale stems that we had left over, and a few garlic peels. These are all excellent food for those worms. An important tip is if you're adding garlic peels or onion peels, don't add too much because the worms don't like them as much. That's not really their favorite food. Worms love fungi. So if you want, you could also add a little shiitake or chaga mushrooms into your trench. Don't add meat or dairy. Meat or dairy takes a long time to decompose, and it may also attract coyotes, raccoons, skunks that loves to eat meat. Even your own dogs and cats may even dig them up, which will create a horrible mess for you to clean up. Let's go ahead and add these kitchen scraps. Okay, we just added all the kitchen scraps. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4, wood ash. Wood ash have a ton of benefits for your garden. After a nice campfire, all this ash here, as you can see, is reusable. Wood ash is an excellent way to increase the pH of your soil. If your soil is too acid, you can add a little wood ash and it will make your soil more alkaline. I've heard that dusting your plants with wood ash before frost comes will prevent it from freezing or frost damage. The theory is the salts in this wood ash would lower the freezing point and the frost will not damage your plants. I haven't tested that out, but if you did, leave it in the comments and let me know. Wood ash also have calcium and potassium, and there are many more other benefits from using wood ash in your garden. When we add wood ash to the soil, only add a small amount, or otherwise the leaves may turn yellow due to the high alkalinity in the soil. And as a bonus, I'm just going to sprinkle it some on top. Number 5, grass clippings. Grass clippings is probably the second most abundant thing you probably have. Because everybody have lawns, and this is the product of mowing your grass clippings. And you probably have lots of it too. Grass clippings are excellent as mulch, but also great berries. According to Epic Gardening, grass clippings contains 4% nitrogen, 2% potassium, and how much phosphorus? I'll pop it up right here. Grass clippings are a highly valuable resource that you could possibly have in your garden. Before you use grass clippings, there are two things that you do not want. One is chemicals in it, and two, weed seeds in it. Because if you bury these in your garden, they might leach chemicals and weeds will also grow up next spring. Number 6, and another valuable resource is fallen leaves. Some people call it black gold. This is the stuff that you find in the forest. Humus. Not the spread type, but the rich, black, dark, fluffy soil type. It smells so good. Fallen leaves, just like grass clippings, are excellent at providing nutrients for your plants, and the worms love it, and they're also great to use as mulch. Now, if you're thinking of adding wood chips, you do not want to add it because that will create a nitrogen tie-up in the soil, because the wood chips will take the nitrogen from the soil to help decompose the wood chip. Number 7, manure. Manure is a great way to get your nitrogen and other nutrients into the soil. If you have chickens, they provide some of the best compost that you could get. In chicken compost, you can get nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium, potassium, all from it. Now, it's best not to use manure that haven't been sitting for a while. The concentration of the nitrogen may burn the plant roots, plus it may also smell stinky, which you do not want in a garden. Number 8, eggshells. Eggshells are roughly 40% calcium carbonate. When adding it to your garden or raised bed, make sure they are crushed. Before using eggshells, make sure you bake them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 5 to 10 minutes until they get golden color, or you can boil them for 10 minutes to kill all the bacteria in these eggshells, in case there's any. Eggshells release the calcium slowly as it decomposes. So if you want to plant tomatoes which love calcium, it's a great time to bury these eggshells now, so next year you can plant tomatoes and those tomatoes will grow into big plants. I'm gonna now just sprinkle a little of this over the soil. Number 9 is the animal living in this container. Let me go and look for it. There are earthworms. We're going to bury these earthworms here because, as we all know, the worms will love all this food that we have. Earthworms will help aerate the soil over the winter and help decompose all this plant and organic material that we have put inside the raised bed. Now I'm going to cover this trench back with the soil that I dig out. By the time you know it, all this organic material that we put in the raised bed will all become nutrient-rich soil for your plants. If you don't have worms, you can also buy worms or hunt them under objects, which is pretty easy, but what if you can attract them to your garden for free, naturally? So make sure you watch this video right over here and learn how to attract them to your garden.